Dun, 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 dun. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. All right, cool. What's really good, LeSBP Trading Familia? Buenos dias, bonjour, bon dia, sabona, guten abend, como va, masaka, after. Thank you all for tuning in. So, yes, like the title said, will I blow the account? It's not necessarily blowing it to zero. Don't get that misconstrued. That probably, well, I have a stop loss in, so hopefully that will happen. But basically, we're possibly gleaming on the last trade that we can take on the account for right now until I add money to it. They did reduce the margin back down to 167. Yeah, 169. And we are in our possible last trade. The market's kind of going like this right now, and it's in a particular range. So just trying to see, I guess, where it's going to go and if it's going to bounce out of that range or if we're going to continue in the range, and keep going basically with the trend to the downside. Now, my hope is that we keep continuing with the trend because that's the way that I'm trying to go. But you never know with the market, because volume comes in and you get knocked out or you get a really good trade. So I'm just taking the strategy the way it is, and we'll see if I can actually stay in this trade or if I'm going to get knocked out and basically get down to that margin value, which is 167, and not be able to trade for right now. So let's jump right into it, and I'll show you the trades that I'm currently, or the trade that I'm currently in. So currently in this trade right here, we had a sell position that we took this morning. And as you can see, we were going down beautifully, but it hit the support resistance area that's pretty far to the left. If you look at like the hourly chart, you'll basically see if I can get out here. So if you look at the hourly chart, it's kind of been bouncing right around this area. I was hoping that PPI would give us like a pretty decent push up, but then retrace or retract itself back to the downside. As you can see, we end up losing that first trade for $47.50, which brought our account down to like 220, 215 or something like that. And now we are currently in a trade again for the downside. Now, as you also saw, there was a buy position here that was possible. I did not take it because I didn't trust the buy position. Now that could have given me a little bit more leeway if I had taken that trade really quickly, just kind of scalped it. But I'm not a scalp trader. I hate scalping. It doesn't help me. I've never been good at it, so I try not to take scalping trades or trades that I think might be scalping trades. And sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're really good trades, and I end up missing it because I'm thinking or overthinking or not following the strategy is what I should say. Thinking that, oh, it's not going to go for a long-term, trade. So currently right now, we're looking at a continuation to the downside, hoping that we can bypass or at least get back down to this area. My thought process is, though, it's probably going to range. Currently, you've got this low right here, the New York low, at about 5556.25. And then the New York high, though, is right about at 5605.00. So yeah, that's the 48 pip range that I honestly don't want to be in. But I saw my sell side trade that I wanted to try to take. I should not be taking a bias. I don't usually take a bias, but right now the trend is so strong to the downside. I'm like, I want to trust that bias just for this time. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna be relatively silent for this trade just to see what happens. We had some really strong side sell volume right here, which is why I marked that just to see if the price is going to bounce off that or if it's going to continue through it. right now the trade is, is going. So we're definitely not out the woods. I feel like I'm never out the woods until it gets at least 50 to 60 pips with my strategy. So for right now, we're kind of just hanging in here and seeing what happens. Market is going relatively slow, so we're just gonna have to see if we end up blowing the account where we can't take any more trades, or if we get what we want, which is some strength to the downside. So kind of had a little scare here in the beginning of the trade, then it went back up, another scare, and then now it's going back down. But like I said, not out of the woods yet. We'll have to see what the market gives us. If we can catch some momentum, man. For PPI, we had negative 0.1%, and then PPI month over month, core PPI, excuse me, and then PPI month over month we had 0. But then we had unemployment claims come in, I guess right along the lines of it's better. Well, I guess I don't know necessarily better than what we thought. So the forecast was 226,000. We actually only have 220,000, which is good in a sense of unemployment claims because that means it went down. So I guess the market is kind of fighting in between that. Unemployment claims is good, but PPI is bad. So yeah, we'll have to see what it gives. I think it's just gonna range, which sucks ass. I think it's gonna range. It sucks ass for us because we don't have enough money to actually um, hold on to, this ranging trade where we can jump in a few times to catch what we need to catch. If it does decide to tank, because right now, as you can see, it's like and I'm hoping that it goes and just dies. But yeah, I feel like I doubt that. I really feel like I doubt that it's going to do that. So either we're going to see a ranging market. Sorry, or either we're going to see a ranging market where it goes sideways. We're going to see a market where it tends to want to go up, like it did right here, or we can possibly see a continuation to the downside. But as of right now, not looking good. So once it gets here, I have to get out because that'll be basically the margin amount. I can't even give it too much room, honestly, to breathe like I would usually do. Um, but yeah, there it goes. It's looking like we're reaching that area. Yeah, so it kind of sucks because I feel like it's just gonna range and pull up and pull down and pull up and pull down, and it's definitely gonna knock me out. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know, but hopefully this will be a shorter. It's probably be a shorter stream. Once we get knocked out, I won't be able to take any more trades until I put more money into the account. So we'll have to wait until that happens, which will probably be either this Friday or sometime a little bit next week. When I can put more money into the account. But yeah, that's what we're working with. And right now, it's definitely not looking good. You can see the value down here, by the way. If you're not looking at that, you can see that value down here in the bottom right corner. So yeah. All right. Going silent. We'll see what happens. basically trying to fight my nerves to get out of this trade because I'm like, man, I should just go ahead and get out. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? Follow your strategy, see what happens. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's all right. We can add more money to the account. That's the way I always try to think about it because to me, there's nothing that I'm gonna get out of this by trying to jump in and out, especially not now when we don't have enough money to do that. Um, so there's no reason for me to sit here and just be like, oh, I'm gonna get out now, or I'm gonna take this little bit of loss and get out now. Like, especially if it could have given me the actual trade, like if it's gonna give me what I'm thinking it's gonna give me, then that's just gonna hurt me in the long run because I can't get back in. Like, say I had taken the loss up here and just said, well, it's knocking me out. Let me go ahead and jump out. That's not gonna do anything for me, especially with me having this little bit amount of money. So let's see. I'm not gambling. I don't want it to be taken as me trying to gamble the account. I'm just trying to take the strategy as the way it is, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We add more money to the account and we try again. But I'm gonna let it swing to whatever it's gonna do. And if it takes me out, boom, we lose $47.50 right there, which would be on top of that, which would be probably $100 on the day because you got the commissions and stuff like that or whatever. But yeah, we'll see. Now we have a bit of a bounce off that sell side volume, as you can see. Basically literally bounced off the line right there, and yeah, shooting up. So more than likely it's going to take us out here. I think it's going to range. I think it's going to range in between this area. So this little support resistance down here is not wanting to get past that support resistance area. It's probably going to need a hefty little push in order to do so. So as you can see, bounced off that sell side volume on its way back up. I didn't jot down any buy side volume, which I probably should have, just to kind of see where that would go. Actually, let's see. Yeah, we had heavy buy side volume right here, which is lower than that. Lower than the sell side volume. Yeah, it's lower than the sell side volume, but at the same time, if it's changing direction, you'll kind of consistently see that until it just either one shoots off or just slowly travels on its way back up. So that's what we're kind of fighting against. We got that sell side volume down here, and then we got some buy side volume down here. So we could honestly see it just kind of travel back up really, really slowly. Your boy is over here sweating. I'm like, damn. I'm over here sweating right now, like, damn, this shit's not gonna go the way we thought it was gonna go. I mean, right now the market is just going sideways. So it's either gonna push one way or the other. You're gonna either see it push really far up, really quickly, and shoot straight up, or you're gonna see it trickle on its way back down. I think it'll be slow. It'll be if it does decide to go down, it's gonna be a slow movement. If it decides to go up, I feel like it's just gonna burst. And this is a live account with TradeStation. TradeStation's been my broker for a while now. I like them. I really do. I'm gonna definitely keep up with them. Um, I would recommend them. I don't get anything for it, so I don't have no links or anything like that or whatever. But I definitely like TradeStation. They've been the best futures broker that I've used so far. So definitely recommend them. Definitely recommend them. They have good margin. They have reduced margin rates, which usually stays around 169 for S&P 500. That's the only thing I trade right now. So they have good reduced margin rates for that. You don't have to have a boatload of money. Yeah, I mean, $200 is a good amount for you to have to start with. I would honestly say start with even higher than that $200. Like try to start with double the amount. So 167 times 2, basically. So like 334 or something like that. Run alongs the line about 350 and more. I actually started off with 466, as you can tell. I lost a lot of that. I gained and then I lost. I gained and then I lost. And yeah, it hasn't been going very well for me because I haven't been taking my strategy. So trades on the strategy, man, is really important. Trade with your trading plan, trade with your strategy. I'll always say that. I need to become more disciplined myself, which is the problem that I've been basically trying to pursue getting past. Um, if I can get past that point, I feel like I'll be a profitable trader. Because right now, I'm like more or less a break even to just about losing trader. So it's like right there at the point where I'm almost just being a break even trader. But of course, we all want to be winning traders. So I would say if you have a strategy, man, follow your strategy, follow your plan. And if that plan needs to be tweaked or it's just not working, then yeah, tweak it, mess around with it, demo trade that shit if you're tweaking it though. Demo trade that shit so that you don't end up losing a lot of money while you're trying to figure it out. But yeah, right now we're just we're struggling. We're struggling because I refuse to follow my strategy. That's the one thing that I don't know what it is. I'm preaching to y'all, telling y'all to do it, but that's my problem as well. So we'll see how it works out. Either way, I'm gonna just stay silent until it takes me out, more than likely. All right, so we're reaching that point again where it's hitting that kind of sell side volume. It bypassed that now. It's hitting that buy side volume that we had here on this particular candle right here. And then it has to breach, as you can see, this support resistance area, which is an hourly, possibly even a 4 hourly support resistance. So it would have to breach all of that in order for us to basically bypass that area. Now, if you look kind of left at the market, you know, we've bypassed all of this. We bypassed all of this where it had a gap. We bypassed this area where it kind of pushed off from at the beginning of this day in September. And then now we're just looking at it to go further to the downside. Now I moved my TP way out of the way. It's way down here. I don't expect the market to push down that far. You know, that is, I don't even know how many pips that is from the point it's at right now. From the point it's at right now to there would be like 150 pips. I highly doubt it'll get 150 pips in today. But there's also been a boatload of consolidation. So if you look at the consolidation, you've got all of this. You've got all of this consolidation. So to me, I feel like if it's going to go, then it's going to happen relatively soon. I don't know if that's going to be today. Nobody knows that for sure. But if it's going to go definitely soon. But it could, once again, go to the downside and shoot to the downside really, really hard. Or it could possibly reject and keep kind of keeping this range in between this support resistance and this support resistance. It just has to have enough sell pressure. So as for right now, I just don't see it going down that far. I usually aim for about 60 pips. So that is right about here. Will be about 60 pips. My idea for the day is to try to grab that 60 pips and then see where it goes from there. If we need to get out, I'm going to definitely take something off of this. If we get that 60 pips, I'm not going to let it come all the way back. In most cases, I will let the trade run and see where it goes and let it happen. But today, because we're working with such little capital, I'm not going to let that come all the way back and take us out of break even or take us out with nothing, or take us out at negative even at that. So yeah, we'll have to kind of see where that goes if it happens, and if it doesn't come back up and knock us out or whatever back up here. But yeah, market is the market, man. You gotta kind of let it roll, let it figure itself out. So it's rejecting off of that again, rejecting off that support resistance area again. I don't want to move. The problem is I don't want to move my stop loss too quickly to break even. And then it comes back up for one last touch or something like that and then decide to go down. So I'm not going to move my stop yet. Actually, you know what? I will move my stop above this. That way we don't lose everything. Technically blowing the account or whatever. But at the same time, if it does get back up to that point, we will not be able to trade anything else because we'll have lost too much on the day. So right now, we're currently positive on the trade. But we'll have to see what happens because yeah, it's not looking like it wants to do anything. I don't know if this is what you would consider a double bottom. I'm not really good at that. So I don't try to call double bottom, double tops, all those patterns basically. I don't try to go off of those patterns because I don't really know them. And I don't really want to either. That's just me. Head and shoulders and all that stuff. I know the names, but I don't actually know what they look like. I don't study them. So we'll see. But I got work to do on the other side over here. I do have a 9 to 5. I'm doing software support. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to my 9 to 5 job and we'll see what happens in the market. Thanks for anybody who's hanging out with me right now and watching. My nervousness during my journey. I appreciate y'all. All right, at this point, I don't want to lose any more on the trade. I usually don't move stop loss to break even until I make it down to um, the area in which I think it's going to go, which is usually 60 pip range for my trading plan, my trading strategy. But because we're so low right now on the fundage, I'm not going to play around with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move my stop loss to break even. Now that part is against my trading plan, my trading strategy, but because we're so close, I don't want to lose anything anymore on the day, which will allow us to possibly trade a bit more. Not for the day, more than likely. If it does decide to go back up to break even, then we'll just kind of be stuck with what we got. Um, but yeah, I'm thinking that I might want to move my stop loss to break even relatively soon. I'm gonna let it play out just a little bit more because it's still really teetering around this support resistance area, this purple line. Um, but I mean, if we're gonna see follow through, then it's, to me, I feel like it's just gonna happen. If not, then it's just gonna regress back up to, back up to this area and possibly even further, which I would hate to happen. I don't want to lose out on anything if I don't have to. So I'm thinking that if it comes back up, we'll more likely just end up getting out. This was supposed to be a short one, a short live here today, but if the market's gonna play and give us what we need, then great. If it's not, then yeah, we'll just end it right there. All right. You'll possibly see me move my stop loss to break even in a second. All right. I also logged in real quick just to show you this is a live account. Currently, this is what we have. This is the open P&L. This is the current value with that open P&L. This is the account we have. We started off with, excuse me, we started off with 264 on the day. We did take that $47 loss so far, and that's all we got for right now. I'll probably go into the statements right after we get off of this. If you haven't already seen those statements, because nothing had been new ever since our last couple trades, which was what, on the 12th? Today is the 13th. Yeah, so we haven't traded anything, I think since last week, since that really big loss. Like we had $707 in the account. Then we had really big loss on NFP Friday. And I don't think we traded anything. As you can see, the value stayed the same. So we haven't traded anything since then. I just hadn't had any opportunity, to be honest. And then when we did have the opportunity, when we did have the opportunity, um, the futures margin rate was changed and it was like 400 some odd dollars. So yeah, we couldn't trade anyways because we didn't have that much in the account. So now that they moved it back down to 169, we were able to trade today, but it was very, very close on if we were going to actually stay within the market or not or whatever. But yeah, we seem to be doing okay. We seem to be doing okay. But usually when that happens, for some odd reason, when I feel like I'm doing all right, that's when the market wants to backslap me in the forehead. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. If anything, I'll probably do a market recap this weekend just to kind of talk about what we saw and what happened in the market and all that great stuff. But once again, appreciate y'all for hanging out with me while this is going on with this live account. Your boy I'm telling you, my nerves are shot, man. I be wanting drinks, but of course I have a 9 to 5, so I can't be doing that. But I be wanting to drink, man. I be like, gosh, dang, this shit just ain't rolling. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I appreciate y'all. Thanks. And the other thing is, it's still early in the day too, man. It's still early in the day. I'm glad it's not Friday at least, cause Friday, man, Friday markets be on some other shit. I ain't gonna lie, but it's still early in the day too, so I just never trusted the market could possibly, and just skyrocket back up for no reason. So I don't trust it. I just try to figure out. I just try to go what the market gives me. That's pretty much it. Right now we're up 160. If it can break through this, if we look at the hourly chart in this area, maybe I need to go up a higher time frame. We go up to like a 4 hour. Yeah, we go to the 4 hourly chart. You can kind of see all the way to the left. A little bit of resistance right here. If it wants to bypass that, we have a lot. After this point, we have a lot of space to go down. A lot of space to go down. Like I said, I highly, highly, highly doubt that it goes all the way down to this area, which would for me be shoot from the entry, which was right here, all the way down here is like 160 some odd pips. So I highly doubt it would go all the way down there on today, just from being able to shoot down from PPI. But hey, I throw my hands up because I don't know. The market be giving some blessings sometimes. So yeah, we'll see what it gives out from here. If it wants to continue and bless your boy with $800, I take it. I take it. This is not typical though. This is not typical. I don't want anybody to think this is typical to go from 200 to 400 or 200 to 800 in a day or something like that. So if it does happen, speaking blessings, if it does happen, hey, that's not a typical result. That's not something I would say is going to happen every single day. But the market's been really, really volatile. So with the volatility in the market, it could possibly fall 150 pips for no reason. But yeah. Oh, my bad. I gotta go. All right, cool. So yeah, as you saw, market I wasn't even paying attention, came back and I'm like, whoa, this shit then ran all the way up here. So yeah, as you can see, market kind of bounced off this area. Once again, that is a that's an area of a decent little resistance here. Um, so to me, I feel like if it does have trouble, it is going to have trouble right here. But once it gets past that point, we are looking really good. So yeah, market might not bypass that area. That's something that we have to notice. So I went on ahead and moved the hold on, my bad. Went ahead and moved the stop loss to break even there. It's just going to be at $1.25 break even. If we can get, or excuse me, if the market wants to stay in this area, I'm fine with that. Hopefully it doesn't push all the way back up, but you never know. Once again, you never know with the market. So yeah, we're currently up, which is good. I feel like I should go ahead and take this, but at the same time, once again, that's just not according to my said strategy. So we're gonna leave it be. The lunch hour kind of sucks too, so we may see some vital push back up to knock us out and all this shit with the with that lunch hour coming in around about 12 to like 1. We might see some high buy volume for no reason. But that does happen. So this is where we're currently at. This is where we're currently at. The stream is a lot longer than I thought it would be. I might end up holding the stream until it just knocks us out, I guess. Or if it continues our way. I don't know. We'll see. So, all right, y'all. Yep. All right, so as you can see, I kind of jotted down that 4 hour support resistance area right here. That's the one we saw far to the left. I also marked an area where I feel like, the market was having a bit of problem. This could be, I guess, considered another point of entry if you were looking for another entry. Um, I wouldn't enter it because that's not how my strategy works. But hey, it could be another point of entry for somebody else if it, kind of attempts to peek back into this area and then bounce off and continue. Um, Currently, we are doing okay. As for the trade necessarily, I'm going to move my stop loss very preemptively, very, very preemptively. I might say so. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to move the stop loss down to about 40, just to where I'm not going to lose anything for the day, other than commissions. Commissions are going to be taken out regardless. So now we necessarily have a break even day. Um, this will at least allow me to trade again tomorrow if I need to. That way I don't have to worry like, oh shit, well now I can't trade at all until I basically put money into the account. This will allow us to actually trade, tomorrow if we need to, or if we see anything, and continue forward. So right now we are positive on the trade. We have our stop loss moved down to break even, where we can actively trade tomorrow if we can, if we see a trade. And basically now it's just trying to see if the market allows us to get what we want. If it bypasses this far support resistance area, I'm going to allow this to run. Just because of the simple fact that, like I said, looking at that 4 hour, if you look to the left at that 4 hour, there is a lot of room for this market to go. And basically, what I'm trying to say is, I don't see any other support resistance areas. You got these two big candles right here, and that's about it. So if it wants to bypass this and continue going straight down, I'm fine with that. We'll basically see what happens in between, these two candles. Sorry, that's a lot of drawing. In between these two candles, um, we'll have to see what happens. It might meet some more resistance right here in this particular area. As you can see, kind of, you looking left, you'll see all of these wicks and stuff like that it could possibly meet as resistance. But other than that, we're looking decent. Once again, you're never out of the woods with the market, so it could do its thing and go past that, and the next thing you know, shoot down, and all of a sudden it comes back up for no reason. I don't know. So that's what I'm seeing. Just trying to give y'all the play-by-play as we keep continuing to move forward with the trade. I am working on over here as well, so I'm trying not to pay too much attention to it, because the more I pay attention to it, the more I analyze myself and say, oh, get out, get out, get out. But we're going to try to see if it gives us at least the 60 pips. If it gives us the 60 pips, I'm going to move this down to like 100, and that way we at least made a little bit of something on the day. But I think we'll see if it does go to 60 pips. I think we'll have, if we took that 60 pips, I think we would have somewhere a little bit less than a $500 account, which would be fantastic. So I'm also thinking along that line too, like, if we hit the 60 pips, should we just go ahead and get out? Because then that means we'll have a lot of room to move around with the next few trades. So I don't know. We'll see what the market does. If it wants to just die off, by all means, do your thing. I take that. I take that. But RTP, way down there. Once again, way down here. I keep saying it. I'm hoping it happens, but I keep saying it. I highly, highly, highly doubt it gets all the way down here. But we moved it really well out of the way to the next support resistance area, to where we'll see if it wants to go. If it does, hey, I take that. But if it don't, okay, totally fine. All right, y'all. All right, as you can see, we're kind of regressing from that support resistance area. If any time would be a good time to take the trade off the table, I think this would be the best time. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. We made $100 today, which is great. 108. Now this could definitely continue to go. I hate trading in that lunch hour time frame. It's now 12 o'clock, so but between 12 and 1, it seems to suck. Um, but at the same time, sometimes it gives continuations, sometimes it gives big retraces. You just never know with the market. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that as is, and we're just gonna let it go from there. So came out with a decent trade today. At least we didn't blow the account. I mean, probably the biggest thing. But yeah, we'll see where it goes for the rest of the day. If it does flow past this 4-hour support resistance area, man, it probably is going to be a it could have been a really great trade. So, yep, we're out for today. I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Have a good day. Peace.